Hi folks, welcome again to the channel. Juan here from Physical Media EU. Today we have a very special release, this limited edition coming from Second Sight Film of When Evil Lurks in 4K. Hello again and thanks for tuning in for the review of Evil Lurks in 4K, or as its original title says, Cuando acecha la maldad. But before we start, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, if you're interested in physical media, especially Blu-ray reviews, but also other physical media collecting talk. Besides that, you can also find me on Instagram. We see the handle up here, same as the channel, Physical Media EU, where I post little photos of all the items that I review. Now, yes, we can begin with a presentation of this release of When Evil Lurks, coming from Second Sight Film. This is a very beautiful full slip case. Here's the back also for you to see, and the spine. Very beautiful release. You can see there in more detail. The build quality of these Second Sight releases is always very good. Now this release comes with a J card, as you can see here, and there you have a little bit more detail. As you can see, it's written in English because this is a UK label. So if you want to pause the video to read this in more detail, now is a good time. Moving on, I would like to introduce the movie, but I cannot do that before talking about the director, who comes from Argentina. The name is Demian Rugna. You might know him if you follow horror films for his previous work, Terrified, or Aterrados, as it's the name in Spanish. This is a German media book that I have reviewed already in the channel. You can find the link up here in the description. This is a very good and scary horror movie, so if you like this kind of movies, I absolutely recommend you check it out. And of course, after watching Aterrados, I began to follow more closely the work of Demian Rugna, and this is the movie he did after it came out in 2023, which I'm upgrading from the first Blu-ray release that this movie had last year. You can find also the review up here in the corner. That was a standard Blu-ray release that virtually had no bonus features. So when I heard that Second Sight was picking up this title, I became very interested and definitely wanted to make this upgrade. So about this movie, it happens in some very rural area of Argentina where there is someone that is possessed by some demon. And one of the interesting things about it is that even though there is someone possessed, the angle of the narration is not within the frame of religion. So that's something that at least I haven't seen before, and I think it's a very smart way to do this. And besides that, similar to what I mentioned in my first review of the Blu-ray of this movie, a thing that I liked a lot about it is there are a lot of very scary scenes that happen during the day. Just like in Midsummer, the movie from Ari Aster, I find that in general, horror films have so many scary scenes happening during the night or in the dark, and that some directors can make you feel scared in full light. I think that's something very impressive. With that said, let's move on and check out the release from Second Sight Film. Again, here is the cover that is very nice, and if we open this up, we have three things inside: a booklet, a digipack with two discs, the 4K and the Blu-ray, and also some art cards. So let's check it out. So let's begin by taking a look at the art cards, which in the back they are just white, so I'm gonna only show the front of them. So it's 6 art cards, all of them very good printing quality and quite sturdy stock paper or carton, and this is the protagonist of the movie. Moving on to the digipack, here is the front and the back. You can see them together, and if we turn around, here we find both discs, the 4K and the Blu-ray. Both of them look quite similar, as you can see there. And if I remove the discs, this is what you can see on the back of both of them. Now moving on to the booklet. This is a very chunky booklet of 115 pages. Looks super good and has quite a lot of things. You can see here the table of contents. So let's check out some of the content, because of course it's a quite generous booklet. I'm very happy to see releases like this, and especially for a movie like this that I liked so much, also coming from Argentina. I'm trying to be cautious what I'm showing here in case you haven't watched the movie, not to show any spoilers. And lastly, it includes the acknowledgements and production credits. Now moving on to the contents of the disc, let's begin by discussing the picture quality. And as I said, for me this was an upgrade from the first Blu-ray release, and when I watched that one I didn't feel necessarily the need of a better quality version, but as soon as I started watching this one in 4K, I could easily see that it was so much better, with more defined edges and way better colors. With that said, I felt that at least for the day scenes, this is what I thought at the beginning while watching the movie, that it's not necessarily that these things enhance the experience too much, but as the movie went on and I saw the dark scenes, there I could see a more significant improvement. And it's worth mentioning that the 4K also includes Dolby Vision, so the quality in these dark scenes was pretty good. But what made this release more worth, in my opinion, is the color grading. And it's something that I couldn't find information about, it's just my perception. I felt that this version looks so much better than the old Blu-ray. And I specify the old Blu-ray because this release also includes this version in Blu-ray, which has the same transfer, and there you can also see a big difference between the Blu-ray and the 4K regarding the quality, but the grading is the same. So even the Blu-ray of this release is way better than the old Blu-ray. So as usual with Second Sight, this is an impeccable release, a very nice upgrade over any other version that you had of this movie. And I chose my words there because there was a previous 4K release as well that came some months after the original Blu-ray release, which I didn't buy because I already had the original Blu-ray. But when a boutique label picks up a title like this over a standard release, it's a no-brainer going for the upgrade. And in this case, this limited edition from Second Sight, booklet, art cards, tons of bonus features, and with the direct involvement of the director. So I can totally recommend, if you like horror films, definitely try to get this release of When Evil Lurks. A thing that I haven't mentioned yet is the content of the bonus features. In the first Blu-ray release that I had, there were virtually no bonus features. There was only a photo gallery, and on this one it includes 4 interviews, including the director and 3 actors, one of them the protagonist. There's also an extra audio commentary track, and lastly it also includes a video essay. Another thing to mention here is the languages. The movie is in Spanish because the movie is from Argentina, as I said at the beginning, but there are English subtitles for the movie and also for the bonus features. And that's all for the review. I would love to hear in the comments if you have watched this movie or Aterrados or other Demian Rugna work, and also if you have similar movies to recommend, please drop a comment and let me know. Remember, I will post detailed photos of this release on Instagram, same handle, Physical Media EU. You're welcome to follow there as well. Thank you so much for watching and see you all at Okie Dogs.